Good morning, go-getters. It's time to wake up to living life on your own terms. Welcome to FU Money Mornings with me, Brent Attaway, where we talk business, marketing, sales, leadership, and pretty much anything that helps us create more FU money and live in an amazing FU money lifestyle. Let's dive in. Oh, I'm excited for this one. Today, we're diving into a strategy that's going to supercharge your week. This is fresh off of our 100-day hustle chat on the last episode. So let's talk about how to break that hustle down week by week. So are you ready to plan your week in just 30 minutes or less and make every day a win? That's the question. So really, we could call this topic, if you want, is how to plan and win your week in 30 days or less. Let's call it that. So first up, when we do this is going to be a quick one today, but I really need you to take notes. I really need to make sure you're not nodding your head, but then you go to your calendar and after this, you're just wondering, hey, what am I going to do today or this week? That would be a bad spot to be in. You know, you did not listen or follow or take action, right? Taking action is essential. So I just need you to write this down, or I'm hoping you will. This is my way of helping you get more productive and really go towards your 100-day hustle, okay? So the first up, let's talk outcomes. This is the first part of planning your week. Every week, you've got to have that one major goal, that one thing that, if achieved, makes everything else secondary. It's your North Star, your guiding light. So ask yourself, what's the one thing that would make this week a slam dunk? What's the one thing that would make this week a slam dunk? So take a moment right now, think about your week ahead, and jot down that one major outcome. This is your win condition. Everything else you do this week will revolve around this. Okay, so you can pause right now or do whatever, but let's assume we're moving forward. So, all right, with your major outcome in hand, let's talk scheduling. So life's busy, I get that. Between team meetings, sales pitches, and also all those, let's call them family barbecues or family events, your calendar is going to fill up fast. The key here is to prioritize that. So the first thing to do is put first things first, or the big rocks first is what I would call this. If you've ever read Seven Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, you'll see that he talks about putting the big rocks first. And that is blocking out time for those non-negotiables, those meetings and events that you absolutely can't miss. So put those on your calendar first. Open up your calendar, block out the time. And hey, by the way, when you're doing this, don't forget to factor in some buffer time, because life's obviously unpredictable at times. And so you've got to stay flexible. When I say buffer time, I mean about 30 minutes between these different calendar events, and especially when we're about to do the next step here where we dive into projects and tasks. All right. So this is the last thing. Projects. These are the biggies, the big milestones on your 100-day hustle journey. If you don't know what I'm talking about on the 100-day hustle, then go listen to the previous episode. But Rome essentially wasn't built in a day, right? And neither will your projects be completed in one day. So this is you looking at your projects as a 100-day hustle and broken them down into projects. And now you're looking at those projects. Each project is a bite-sized task now. And you're going to pick those tasks that you're going to tackle just this week. These tasks are your stepping stones to the major outcome that we talked about. So go ahead and review your project list. What tasks can you realistically tackle this week that'll move the needle towards your 100-day hustle goals? Write them down, schedule them in, and commit to getting them done. So to give you an example, that's the formula. Actually, let me stop there. That's the formula. So do those three things, okay? Again, if you want me to review real quick, what are those three things? Know your major outcome. That you would call it a win. This is your one thing. 2 is block out the big rocks, your major meetings and commitments and family events that you must be at. 3 is block out time for the tasks to move major projects along that you've committed to over your 100-day hustle journey. Okay, that's it. Now, you should be able to plan that in 30 minutes or less. A lot of times it's 15 minutes. After you plan your week about 3 to 4 weeks in a row, it actually just starts taking 15, 20 minutes maximum. And it's nice because everything else after that should take a back seat. You should say no to those things that come in your way. A good example of doing this that was very productive for me is I wrote a book called Follow Up Fortunes. It was the first book I've ever written that was meant for the general public in business, right? I've written some other books and other things, but this is the first one I've sold in public and created a bestseller of follow-up and marketing advice, okay? Well, I wrote that in 90 days. And the way I did it was following this exact thing. It was the big outcome at the 100-day hustle journey, which I didn't call it a 100-day hustle then because it really only took me 90 days. But within 100 days, imagine finishing a book. And from start to finish, I'm talking from idea to complete printing and being ready to sell your first editions, right? So imagine that. Now, how I did that was exactly like this. What I did was say, well, what I would call a win at the end of this 100 days was my book is finished and printed and I'm selling it. Great. Now, how do I break that down into projects? And I broke it down. And then each week, every time I planned my week, I still had my team meetings. I still had my family barbecues. I still had my family travel and different vacations and different things like that. All of these things still happened. I didn't go lock myself in a cabin and write, right? All I did was say, well, this week I have to get this many pages written or this many words written. And no matter what, I'm going to sit down and write those words and I'll break it down. And all I did was every day go about that. And at the end of the week, I knew a major win would be that I got at least 20 pages written. It didn't mean I was going to use all 20 pages. It just meant I needed 20 pages written. And I would just sit there and do that. At the end of every week, and I remember at least 3 of those weeks, it was Friday, and I still had like 10 pages to write. And so that Friday, I would just sit down and write because that was the win. That was the outcome. So you can get a lot done when you set these deadlines for yourself and you're able to get some major projects done when you plan your week like this. Hopefully this was helpful. I really hope that you take this to heart because this is short and sweet, but it's probably one of the most powerful things I can share with you to get any kind of goal accomplished is to plan your week to win and to plan it based off of a longer term goal like your 100-day hustle goals. Okay, so there you have it, guys. In just 30 minutes, you've planned out a week that's laser focused on your goals. If you're ready to take on that challenge, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to join the FU Money community if you haven't yet. And let's make every week a major win. So until next time, keep living life on your own terms. Remember, if you're not doing this in a way that you're having fun, you're doing it wrong, my friend. So we'll catch you on the flip side on the next episode. And that's a wrap on another FU Money Morning. Look, if you're hungry for more, remember, you can join us in the free FU Money community, and let's make those dreams a reality. Just go to ilovefumoney.com to join the community now. Until next time, keep living life on your own terms.